versus low adaptive capability. And so, if you have a short-term purpose and low adaptive capability, that's what we're going to see often now. Failing organizations, a lot of startups in the Silicon Valley may disappear just simply because they don't have the adaptive capability. And so that's probably a very large group. Another possibility is where we have what I would call short-lived companies. And these are the ones that are built for exit. If you just read what Google is doing and what Facebook is doing, they're acquiring, sometimes for very high amounts of money, very small companies. They have a few employees, but they believe that these are going to be important for the future of government, and they absorb risk. Then you have, in the long-term institutional purpose, you have also two categories. One is the ones that would like to continue to live, but they basically are not able to do that, so eventually they get acquired, or they fail. And in a moment I will show you there are many that fail, even though they lived for a very long time. I look back at the list of companies that were represented in the SCP in 1952 and 53 and 54, and it's just amazing to see the names of companies that were very well known in those days, and they're no longer around. Getting acquired, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is an entity that is no longer existing. So I was particularly interested in those that are actually long-lived, which I will call the ones that are built to become, and I'll explain a little later why I call it built to become. And these are the ones that are often able to acquire, like Google and Facebook are doing now and others, these short-lived companies that are built for exit. And the people who are able to sell their company to these, they usually do quite well. And then, of course, there's also the ones that get acquired. For instance, if you take HP as an example, HP acquired Tandem. Remember Tandem? I mean, I used to speak a lot for Tandem all over the world. They got acquired by Compaq. And guess what? Compaq got acquired by HP. So some of these companies can Compaq also acquired DEC. Remember Digital Equipment Corporation? I mean, these were like huge companies who got acquired and eventually just disappeared. And so I was particularly interested in these long-lived companies. And in the mid-2000s, Andy Grove and I began getting interested in these long-lived companies and in relationship to something that we call nonlinear strategic dynamics. Sounds complicated. What do we mean by that? By this we mean competition where you have reinforcing cycles. In other words, the environment changes and you respond to the environment in a way that makes you even weaker. And over time you get into some kind of death spiral. Or conversely, you are able to change the environment and all the other players have to adjust to the way you are actually making moves and you get stronger and stronger and stronger over time. That's what we mean by nonlinear competitive dynamics. Does that make sense, by the way? Just quickly. Yeah. And that's why some companies get very strong. Like Facebook today, there were other, right? Remember, there were other social networks. Right? Many of them are gone. Facebook has what? Almost a billion. Now they face some very interesting problems already as well. But at least that's an example of a company that was able to really become dominant in its space. Microsoft, dominant in its space. Intel, dominant in its space. And so on. So, all right, so I thought, let me look once what happens to companies over time. And so I looked at the Fortune 500 list. By the way, okay, let's say this. If you want to stop me at any moment in time, because something strikes you as a thought or an observation or a question or an objection, feel free to stop, because I really want this to be a thought process as opposed to me just delivering a lecture here as I usually try to do. Is that okay with you guys? Right, so if I don't see hands up, I will just keep going until you stop me. So some of you have actually seen these numbers, because I think in the SCP the last year or two I have sometimes showed them at the beginning of it, but some of you have not seen those. So I looked at the Fortune 1, I did that in 2005, because I was then working with Grove on this paper on nonlinear strategic dynamics. sorry to say. But you look what can happen over time. From the ones that were in the Fortune 100 in 1965, by 2005, 40 years later, there's only 19 left. 15 fell out, and so they are still in the Fortune 500 list. But 2/3 are either failed or acquired with this bank. That's a really tough record. Will you agree with that? Yeah. So we looked at that. I also looked at one of my former students. His name is Jim Collins. That's a name you have heard. He wrote a book called Good to Great. Who has read that book, Good to Great? Raise your hand once. Man, I wish that so many people would have read my books. He reads the smoother style, I suppose. So I looked up for Jim was actually a very good student, I should say. I like him a lot. So here is now what I found in 2007. Where are the good to great companies in 2007? There's only 3 that are still out of the 11 that are still great. All the others aren't anymore. Either they got acquired or they are no longer great by the standards that should be. So there's an element of, what should I say? It's ephemeral, isn't it? All these things are fairly ephemeral. So I looked for HP. And so here is my data on HP. HP entered the Fortune 100 list in 1983. And lo and behold, of the 100 list of 1983, only 26 companies remain. That means the 19 that I already showed you, and 7 others that are in addition are